Hi everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. Today we are going to cover the Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. It has been asked by one of you for me to make a session on, right? And this scheme was in news. Okay, on 1st of February of 2024 news, if you look at it, it says that the Union Cabinet has approved the continuation of this particular scheme. So initially the scheme was for a certain duration, okay, but now it has been extended up to 25-26. Okay, so we are going to understand the basics about it, like what is it all about. There is some data that is there, okay, but it's very less. Okay, so I'll try to keep it short, right? But before starting, here's an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. We have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that you must be having regarding the organization you want to join. For example, if you want to know more about RBI NABARD SEBI, all the detailed information has been written about the organization, what it does for the country, what will be your role once you join the organization, and everything. Once that is covered, then all about the recruitment process. For example, what is the pattern of the examination, how many phases are there, about the eligibility criteria, about the syllabus, about the previous year cutoff trends, which says what it says about the difficulty level of the examination. Everything has been covered, and at the end, some steps have also been provided for your self preparation, which will help you to boost up your preparation for the examination. So do not miss the opportunity. You can download these e-guidebooks which are free of cost from the link that is provided in the description box below. Alright, now let's talk about the scheme, and I can already see people joining. Good morning Mini, good morning Pramod, good morning Shalini, good morning Pratul, Nitya, Padmini, and hello Deepak, Harshal, good hello. Alright, so let's talk about the scheme. So देखो, under the scheme, first of all we need to understand, देखो, it is animal husbandry इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट फंड दिया जाएगा, ठीक है. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट दैट द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर दैट विल बी डेवलप्ड फॉर द एनिमल हस्बेंड्री सेक्टर, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट हियर मनी विल नॉट बी प्रोवाइडेड फॉर बाइंग ऑफ दीज शीप्स एंड गोट्स एंड एटसेट्रा. मीन्स आपके जो भी कैटल्स हैं, बफेलोज हैं, मनी द फंड विल नॉट बी प्रोवाइडेड टू बाय दीज, नॉट फॉर द फार्मिंग पर्पस बट फॉर क्रिएटिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अंडर एनिमल हस्बेंड्री. अब नाउ what sort of infrastructure? So here mainly the targets are, there are four targets under this. The first one being your dairy sector. Okay, so fund will be provided for dairy processing industry. Now dairy processing industry means what? For example, देखो, milk production the farmer do, right? So milk, what is dairy processing? For example, the infrastructure that can be set up for the ice cream, for the making of ice cream. So for ice cream you require the dairy, right? So now what happens, because see, usually many times it happens, for example, a lot of the product, it gets wasted if it is not sold. One case is this. Another case is the value of the processed food, it is much higher than that of the raw product. For example, if you're going to sell 1 kg of milk and if you're going to sell 1 kg of ice cream, definitely you're going to fetch more prices for an ice cream, right? So develop this industry. We still lack the processing industry, or you can say we still do not at par when it comes to the processing industries, and that is what the government is aiming under this. Second, that the government is targeting is meat industry. अब meat industry में what can be your meat industry? When I say the meat processing industry, I mean, okay, so what are the processing industry? Now you must observed in supermarkets, you see sausages, you see various other, cutlets and other such products that are of meat, that are being sold into the market, right? So that is the meat industry that we are talking about. Third, the government is focusing under the particular scheme is to develop the infrastructure of our feed and fodder, okay, because the animals, they require better food, right? So there should be proper arrangement for that as well, and ultimately even the health of the animals, the pre-existing animals, is also like being focused under the scheme. So veterinary drugs and everything that is required for that, also we need infrastructure, right? Because if animals, they will get ill, they would require medicines, right? So there should be an infrastructure that should create these drugs, right? So under the scheme, even that particular section will be focused on, right? So this particular scheme is not about buying the animal husbandry cattles and sheep and other ruminants, you can say. It is more about having the industry focusing on the processing sector. Okay, so launch year of the scheme. So this particular scheme was launched on your 24th of June 2020 as your Atmanirbhar Bharat package. Okay, and it falls under the ministry. देखो, ministry is Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. This is the current existing ministry that we have. But you have to understand that we are just focusing on the animal husbandry part. We are not focusing on fishery sector over here, right? So under the ministry there are two major departments. One is Department of Fisheries and another one is Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, and this one will be the department that is going to implement the scheme. Okay, I hope there is no confusion as of now. Talking about the objectives, so first is definitely देखो what will happen. First of all, if for example if I talk about veterinary and everything and you have proper food that is provided to the animals, definitely milk production will be increased. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम मिल्क प्रोसेसिंग कैपेसिटी की बात कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, मिल्क प्रोसेसिंग कैपेसिटी और मीट प्रोसेसिंग कैपेसिटी दोनों बढ़ेगी एंड प्रोडक्ट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दैट आई गेव यू फॉर मिल्क ओनली, वन कैन बी आइसक्रीम, one can be your khoya, one can be your cheese that can be made, right? So different things are being made, so product diversification hoga of from a single product. ठीक है, and that is going to definitely help the unorganized rural milk sector. ठीक है, जो unorganized sector है उसको organize बनाने में this is going to help a lot. ठीक है, available जो भी quality और है वो increase हो at the domestic consumer. Again, if you are providing with food and better care in cases of disease, if that's happening, if you are doing that, so definitely quality will increase. ठीक है, and apart from that, the aim of the government, which was initially and it has always been the aim to provide the food requirement and to prevent the malnutrition in India, there has to be better, there has to be these products reachable in the market, and with this particular scheme, the one of the objective, that is a separate objective to remove the or to prevent malnutrition in India, that can also be achieved. And definitely if more industries would be set up, more people will be required, so direct indirect employment इससे generate होगा, so and entrepreneurship development होगी and employment creation होगा. ठीक है, if you are having good produce, if you are having product diversification, definitely that is going to open the avenues at the international market as well, right? So आपका export increase होगा, and definitely in your milk and meat sector, if your export will be increased, it would have direct impact on the economy, right? And ultimately to make quality concentrated animal feed at affordable prices, because currently we do not have much of the better feed and fodder infrastructure in India. If the farmer is willing to provide quality food to the animal, it costs him a lot, and that is why if more and more industries will be set up, this quality product can be given to the farmer at very affordable rate. ठीक है, talking about the tenure of the scheme, so देखो till it was till 2023, but now what happened in this particular year, it has been extended till 25-26. ठीक है, 25-26 तक ये extend हो चुकी है. So this is the one that you have to keep in mind, that what is the tenure of the scheme. ठीक है, ये है आपका 25-26 तक. Please ignore the title. Okay, it is your we are currently discussing your Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. I'll just change that when you'll get the PDF. ठीक है, type of scheme क्या है, central sector scheme है. It means it is 100% funded by the central government. ठीक है, तो till 2023 there was a funding, but now new funding as the scheme has been extended, so new funding has been provided, and now the current funding till 25-26, it will be what? It will be your approx 29,600 crore. ठीक है, approx में बोला है, exact है 29,610.25 crore. ठीक है, simply this is the financial allocation now for these years. अब talking about eligible entities, you don't have to memorize the name, simply understand whoever will be involved in your dairy processing sector and meat processing sector, and about feed and fodder and veterinary, the four sections, the components that we have covered, whoever is engaged in that, those all are eligible. So individual entrepreneur, private companies है, FPOs है, MSME है, Section 8 companies है, or any cooperatives है who would want to utilize the benefits of the scheme for the modernization and the strengthening of their dairy plants, if existing dairy plants are there, or if they want to establish the new plants, okay, the processing units in the meat industry as well as the dairy industry, all are welcome. So you need not to memorize anything in eligibility, eligible entity. Yes, I would recommend in examination at least read out what are the options. If there is not any odd option that is available, otherwise whoever wants to be part of it, all are welcomed under the scheme. ठीक है. अब this animal husbandry infrastructure development fund scheme, it is in itself a part of infrastructure development fund. So there is a overall infrastructure development fund, and when Atmanirbhar fund that was introduced, ठीक है, so money was provided under for the infrastructure development fund. अब ये generic है, generic you are developing the infrastructure. Now there are various another sections, and one of that is animal husbandry. देखो, simply just keep that in mind. For example, in a school there was a funding that was done for annual function. For example, for annual function a funding has been given by the authorities, ठीक है. अब that is one money that has, so that is the infrastructure development fund, like the one money that has been given. But definitely in annual function there are dance performances, right? There are plays and skits that happen, then there is singing that happens, right? And there are other programs that happen, right? Now what will happen, that further there will be these division of the departments, and they will be individually taking care of how money has to be allocated, right? For the example, the dancing department will take out some fund, or they will be allocated XYZ amount, and in that only they have to do the expenses. Similarly, for singing there will be other, for dramas and skits there will be other, right? So just simply keep in mind there is an infrastructure development fund that was created, and under that we have animal husbandry infrastructure development fund. ठीक है. अभी before this particular scheme has been realigned, means now it has been like extended, right? Before that there was a separate dairy infrastructure development fund, but now it has been subsumed under the scheme. This you have to keep in mind, because dairy is part of your animal husbandry, and that is why now it has been subsumed. Incentivize किस चीज के लिए मिलेगा? अभी we have not as of now understood the data, like what is the data under it, like how much money benefit that will be given. ठीक है. In next slide we will understand that, but simply for what purpose that we have already understood. Dairy processing में, product diversification में, meat processing and its product diversification. Apart from that, feed plant के लिए we have understood. ठीक है. देखो, money will not be given to buy these ruminants, but definitely if you have better multiplication farm where you know the upgradation in their genetic value can be done, for that you can take up the money. ठीक है. Animal waste to wealth management, for example, if you want to create the biogas out of it, right? Because that is also one of the utilization of the product and entrepreneurial activities that you can attain. ठीक है. तो animal waste to wealth management, if you want to be part of it, means agri waste management if you want to do, and if for that also you require a proper infrastructure for creating that biogas out of the waste, also you require proper infrastructure, right? So for that also you can avail the benefits under the scheme. ठीक है. Simply, and your veterinary vaccine or whatever drug, for that also infrastructures are required, and you can take part of it. अब कितना मिलेगा, क्या मिलेगा, let's understand that. ठीक है. First of all, you will go and propose a project that I want to establish this plant. This is my project. This is my aim. That should be in line with what the objective of the scheme is. ठीक है. Then the bank will see that if they want to approve it or not. ठीक है. अब government says that whatever be your estimated or actual project cost will be, means whatever will be the value of the project that you want to establish, of that up to 90% ओके कैन विल बी हेल्प बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. ठीक है. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया क्या करेगी, उसका मतलब 90% तक के लिए आपको मनी की हेल्प करा देगी. ठीक है. अप टू, प्लीज कीप इन माइंड देयर इज अप टू दैट हैज बीन रिटन. इट मीन्स व्हाट, नॉट नेसेसरी कि अगर 100 करोड़ का प्रोजेक्ट है तो 90 करोड़ जो है आपको गवर्नमेंट देगी. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. इट्स अप टू. But and there is no ceiling. देखो, usually whenever we have read about having loan and helping with the loan, we have always read about it that there is a certain cap, that till this cap either the percentage or the cap government is going to pay maximum. However, under the scheme there is no ceiling that has been done. जब बोला है up to 90%, so it can be like any amount. There is no specific limit कि इतना तक ही देंगे. ठीक है. Please keep in mind. ठीक है. तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कितना हेल्प कराने वाली है, up to 90% of loan provide कराएगी. ठीक है. And whenever you are taking the loan, definitely you would have to pay back the interest, right? So government is saying that till 8 years we are going to even help you with the 3% of interest subvention also. What does it mean? For example, if the bank is charging you 11% rate of interest, of that 3% government is going to help you with. So how much is left? 8% is left, right? So the farmer would have to or the entrepreneur would have to pay just 8% to the banks. ठीक है. or in some cases. Now how this rate of interest is decided, it depends from bank to bank. For example, any bank is charging you 15%, in that case 3% will be given by the government. Okay, अब now that depends on farmer, like you know, where they would want to invest, from where they would want to take the loan. There are various other factors, we need not to go in that, but simply understand कि जो भी आप लोन लोगे, first of all 90% of that you can get, ठीक है, आपको हेल्प मिल जाएगा उसमें, ठीक है. एंड ऑफ दैट वट एवर लोन दैट यू हैव टेकन फॉर 8 years 3% ऑफ इंटरेस्ट सबवेंशन गवर्नमेंट विल प्रोवाइड. ठीक है. अब if for example I have taken so much money from the bank that it is taking me 8 years to pay back, right, then in that case also you have to keep in mind government is going to provide this interest subvention just for 8 years. After that, for the remaining years, the entrepreneur only would have to bear all the cost. ठीक है, I hope you have the clarity of that. ठीक है, कितना इंटरेस्ट सबवेंशन मिल रहा है, 3% मिल रहा है. ठीक है, हेल्प कितने तक का, लोन अप टू कितने तक का मिल सकता है, अप टू 90% तक का मिल सकता है. ठीक है, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर इज 2 years of moratorium period also. Moratorium period means in this particular time the farmer would not have to pay back the money that has taken. इंटरेस्ट वापस देना होता है, बट रेस्ट ऑफ द अमाउंट नहीं देना होता है. ठीक है, एंड फ्रॉम वेयर दे कैन गेट, शेड्यूल्ड बैंक से आप ले सकते हैं. ठीक है, एंड वी हैव the NABARD Cooperative Development National Cooperative Development Corporation, NABARD and National Dairy Development Board. These are the institute that are engaged under the particular scheme. ठीक है, apart from that देखो 90% तक का लोन मिल जाएगा, कोई कैप नहीं है. ठीक है, आपको इसके अलावा 3% इंटरेस्ट सबवेंशन मिल रहा है. ठीक है, उसके अलावा क्या है, 8 years तक मिल रहा है, ये सब चीज़ें होंगी. ठीक है, दिस इज वन थिंग. अनदर थिंग इन इज एज आई एज अ डेयरी एंटरप्रेन्योर, इफ आई एम गोइंग इनटू टू अ बैंक to take a loan, definitely I am going to ask for a higher amount, right? If I am going to establish an infrastructure, I am going to ask for a higher amount only, right? Now for that higher amount, who is going to back up for me, right? For example, if I want to have like 90 lakhs, I do not have that much of money as a collateral that can be given, right? So if I want to ask for 90 lakh, what assurity will the bank have that I am going to pay back? And if I am not able to pay back, who is going to pay back, right? So government, for that what it has done, government is providing with credit guarantee. ठीक है, if for example, and this is available, first of all please keep in mind this particular case is only for the MSME and the dairy cooperative. If I come under the MSME sector, or if I am a dairy cooperative, I go to the bank and I ask for the money, government is backing up with the 5% of the credit borrowed. What does it mean? Government is saying to the bank, you can take the money and we are guaranteeing that 25% of whatever be the money that the entrepreneur has taken, if he is not able to pay back, we are going to pay you 25% of that particular amount. There is no ceiling. Whatever money the person has taken, the entrepreneur has taken, we are going to guarantee, we are guaranteeing you that of that 25% we will give. ठीक है, अब banks are also not that much cruel, right, that they are going to now force you that no, provide us with 100% guarantee or 70%. Ultimate aim is to have the development of the country, right? So bank then have the surety that okay, if not anything, first of all they would be able to get at least something from the farmer, right? And 25% they have the surety that the government will give in case the farmer is not able to or the entrepreneur is not able to give. ठीक है, so for that government is providing कितना 25% of the credit assure कर रही है, guarantee कर रही है government. किसको? MSME और dairy cooperatives के लिए. ठीक है, only for the MSME and dairy cooperatives, not for the others which we have studied. If they do not fall under MSME and dairy cooperative, it is not for them. ठीक है, अब for that, how the bank is going to have the assurity when they are going to see that okay, government has taken up some fund aside, right? For example, if I say to like for example my sister that okay, I'll pay you like for example 500 rupees, do this task for me, right? How she is going to believe me when I'll show her the money, that this is the money I have, so you do the work, I'll give it to you, right? Similarly, for that government has have kept aside 750 crore in their credit guarantee fund. Okay, so this is a credit guarantee fund means एक trust create करा गया है, उसमें 750 crore रखे गए हैं. Now this is the surety which bank have that okay, the government has kept the money aside for them, and if anything fails, we are going to get back the money. ठीक है, अब इसको बैकअप कौन करेगा? फंड मैनेज बाय कौन सा है? आपके नाबार्ड है. ठीक है, नाबार्ड की एक सब्सिडरी है दैट इज गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन दैट, ठीक है. नैब संस्करण है जो दैट इज गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन दिस, ठीक है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, बिकॉज वी अंडरस्टूड अबाउट दिस स्कीम, अ लॉट ऑफ सब्सिडी एंड एवरीथिंग विल बी गिवन, ठीक है. तो अगर कोई और कैपिटल सब्सिडी ऑफ अदर मिनिस्ट्री या कोई स्टेट लेवल स्कीम है, ठीक है, उसके साथ उसको कोलैब करके भी इट कैन बी implemented. What does it mean? If there are existing subsidy schemes or any state level schemes that are there, okay, that can be collaborated and much more development can be done under the scheme. Apart from that, it is expected that directly indirectly 35 lakh people will have the profit under the scheme, okay. So that was all. Whatever we have studied, it has been written over here, okay. Government of India will provide 3% of interest subvention. I hope what is interest subvention you have an idea. For how many years? Only for 8 years, इंक्लूडिंग 2 years ऑफ मोराटोरियम, ठीक है. मोराटोरियम मतलब क्या होता है, उसमें यू डो नॉट हैव टू पे बैक द एक्चुअल प्रीमियम बट इंटरेस्ट पे बैक होगा, ठीक है, फॉर लोन अप टू 90%, ठीक है. कितना? 90% तक का जो लोन है उसमें ये सब चीज़ें हो रही हैं, ठीक है. एंड फ्रॉम वेयर टू गेट दैट? शेड्यूल बैंक से, ठीक है. और बाकी आपके जो नेम मेंशन है, ठीक है. एंड रेस्ट क्या है? फॉर द MSME एंड डेयरी कोऑपरेटिव 25% ऑफ द क्रेडिट बोरोड इज गारंटीड बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, एंड फॉर दैट दे हैव क्रिएटेड अ फंड, क्रेडिट गारंटी fund, and there they have kept aside how much? 750 crore, ठीक है. Apart from that, I have also added rest of the news, because here देखो, because the scheme has been now extended, right? So till now, whatever development that has been achieved, for example, if we talk about the scheme has been able to increase the processing capacity. Processing means the afterwards, like for example cheese making or sausages, what we were talking about, these are the processing capacity. How much has been increased in in the dairy meat and animal feed sector? 2 to 4% has been increased from 2020 till 2023. Now it has been expected, so it has been extended. Now it is expected to achieve more targets, ठीक है. कितना impact create करा है? For 141.04 lakh liter per day of milk processing capacity, इसमें impact हुई है, means increase हुई है, ठीक है. तो सारी information है, if you read it once, it is going to help you get an idea. As of now, it's been said that so far the scheme has been able to provide the employment directly indirectly to 15 lakh farmers. However, the target is कि 35 lakh farmer तक आपके इसमें include हो जाए, ठीक है. And so yeah, that is all about the scheme. So here's a question for you all. Try to attempt that. And these are the toppers of the last session. Sujata said the right answer. Nancy, Sandeep, Madhu. We have Sukhpreet saying the right answer. Vaibhav said the right answer. Amit, welcome. We have Kritika saying the right answer. Then we have Mini saying the right answer. Ashri saying the right answer, Pooja saying the right answer, Shifali said the right answer, Ajay and Fitness said the right answer, Riya said the right answer. Welcome, Riya. Then we have Kenison saying the right answer, Pratik said the right answer, Shubham and Chandran said the right answer. We have Kaushal, welcome, said the right answer. Ritu said the right answer. Welcome. Harsh said the right answer. Rushi said the right answer. Congratulations, everybody. And yes, there was a slip of tongue from my end. Means I read it wrong. That's my mistake. I apologize for that. In the last session, we were understanding that how National Quantum Mechanism is going to help us understand and give us the precise information, right? So unknowingly, I read it meteorology, which is actually, studying of the atmosphere and then telling about that, right? So that is my mistake, but it was written metrology, okay. So metrology it is the study, देखो, whatever instruments they give a certain specific information, right? So metrology is that स्टडी ऑफ द मेजरमेंट, ठीक है, कि एक्यूरेट मेजरमेंट आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है. मेटियोरोलॉजी मैंने एक ओ एक्स्ट्रा पढ़ लिया एंड अगेन आई एम सॉरी फॉर दैट, ठीक है. मेट्रोलॉजी आपका लिखा हुआ था, तो सिंपली इट मीन्स इन नेशनल क्वांटम मैकेनिज्म वी हैव ऑलरेडी अंडरस्टूड इन दैट मिशन दैट मोर एंड मोर एक्यूरेसी वी आर एमिंग, राइट. सो वट एवर बी द इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स दैट वी आर यूटिलाइजिंग एंड वट एवर द डेटा दे गिव विद द हेल्प ऑफ द क्वांटम मैकेनिज्म, दे आर गोइंग टू गिव मोर एंड मोर एक्यूरेट डेटा, ठीक है. सो दैट वाज द स्कीम, ठीक है. आई विल सी यूजर इफ देर आर एनी हिडन वीडियोज दैट आर देयर. नित्या सेड द राइट आंसर, थैंक यू. एंड रिशु सेड द राइट आंसर, thank you so much for the compliment. And now we had 3 request. So चीन्स की रिक्वेस्ट आई हैव डन टुडे, ठीक है. एंड साथ ही ओके, आई सी इंडियन AI मिशन में अगर ज़्यादा उसमें कंटेंट होगा आई मेक अ सेशन, बट इफ इट जस्ट जेनेरिक ESI news, I'll ask the team if they have not covered as of yet, they can cover. And Chanan, I'll see agar if it has not been covered in 1 year duration, I'll definitely make a session on that. So that is all in this particular video. If you have any doubt, any query, please ask me. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such value and valuable content, and you can join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. So thank you everybody. I can see some questions. Harshal, good morning. Datta Ray, good morning. Sai, good morning. Deepak, Nab Sanskaran, yes. Pratul, thanks. Okay, Pratul, 2 year is included in 8 year period. Yes, yes, Pratul. Means for that 2 years, Deepak, you would not have to pay back that particular amount that you have taken, but interest you would have to give. तो जो 2 साल का जो interest भी देना होगा उसमें भी government is going to provide you with the 3% of interest subvention. ठीक है? So that is all in this video. Thank you everybody for watching and all the very best for your future. Study well and give